Alright, hello. It's SJ. I actually made notes this time because I find like my videos get all over the place and I can't keep a train of thought, or I go into a video and halfway through I totally forget what the point of the video was and it just goes in like a ton of different directions. So a few of the things I wanted to talk about. I'm just sitting at home. It's Friday night. I don't really feel like going out, or just don't feel like being around anybody, and I just kind of want some alone time, so just thought I'd make a video. Just certain things I'm grateful for, either just regarding my transition or just in life in general. So ton of the things I'm grateful for is just how much a year, and not even a year, like less than a year, how much of a difference that can make when you, or I, like in this situation, it's regarding me, how much of a difference it can make in just trying to be a better person and just putting the time and effort and love into yourself and just doing that, because I honestly can't remember the last time I did that. So that feels nice, because I went through a pretty bad breakup last year. So probably July of 2012. Hands down worst month of my life. So it's just crazy to look. A friend of mine pointed it out, how much I've grown since then, and it's just been slow progress since then. But then I look back at how I was not even a year ago, and it's crazy how much self-growth and love, and just taking the time to love myself and to just spoil myself and to just be a better person, because I'll admit I wasn't a very good person last year, so that's crazy. So just all the improvement and just this like self-discovery phase I discovered has been amazing. So not even a year, and it's been like crazy changes in my overall just happiness and growth, and just my overall self-esteem regarding myself has changed so much. And also just, I can't even believe how, like, I did decide to do all of the physical changes and the, like the physical transition part. I did decide to do all of that relatively fast-ish, if you take into account that, like if you haven't known, I've been struggling with this my whole life, and was just comfortable wearing the clothes I've been wearing my whole life, and just, it looks like I decided to do everything really quick, but this is something I've been struggling with my whole life. I just didn't know it. So I have been really, really grateful. I just finished watching this like trans men documentary thing. I got caught up on YouTube, and I just keep forgetting how easy I've had it and how lucky I am with everything. I have been really blessed with great family and friends, and haven't yet honestly experienced any like negativity, or like I haven't really had any negative feedback kind of thing. Like, everybody's been really, really great with it, and they're adjusting well, and I'm adjusting well, and it's just been a really smooth, like, into the actual, like, transition part, like, changing of names and pronouns and hormones, and just overall, like, open discussion of it. It's been really smooth, and I can't get over how everything fell into place so well. Once I decided to go by a different name, people were down for that. A lot of my close friends and close coworkers do use male pronouns, and at first it was interesting, because it kind of didn't feel right in a sense, where it felt like I was just getting humored and like, oh yeah, we'll just say he, and it just didn't click right away. Like, it took a few weeks for me to adjust, even then, to just the pronouns, because I wasn't used to hearing them without like an apology followed afterwards. So it was really nice to just have what I wanted being respected and having people follow what I feel most comfortable with, and just how everything has fallen into place regarding that. I've known like the first step probably of this, like step as if this is like some little like checklist of things I need to accomplish, is top surgery. I've always wanted that, even before I figured out my trans status and how I'm still figuring out what being trans means to me. I just knew I wasn't comfortable with my chest, and luckily, thank God, don't really have much to work with. I have been able to just before I started binding, I always just wore sports bras, and I could pass wearing a sports bra, so I don't really have much in this area, but I would, I've always wanted top surgery. That was always the first thing I knew I wanted, so there was that. Hormones were a recent discovery that I wanted to do, just because with my trip to Halifax last year, I just realized how I was most comfortable and how I was most confident being addressed, and just this more masculine side that I've always wanted to explore, but just didn't have the guts to. So hormones, I did decide to do after my trip. So I got back in September, and it's only January, so I did just decide to do them fairly quickly, but don't regret my choice at all for a second. I absolutely love all of the things that come with it, and no matter how hard it's been or how much of a jerk I can be sometimes, I don't regret hormone therapy for a second. I absolutely love it. I came to this realization when I was writing one day that all throughout my life I just wanted to be more comfortable, and I wanted to love the way I looked, and I just wanted to feel good about myself, and I always just thought that if I found clothes that were designed differently, that would show off the way I wanted to look, that if the clothing itself was designed differently to fit my body, that I would be happy and confident the way I've been the last just over 2 months adjusting to the changes. And I always thought that those were the things that had to be designed differently to fit me, but now that my body's changing and adjusting to with the testosterone, I now realize that maybe it was me that needed the changing and adjusting, and I have to say I love it. It's just the beginning, but I just love the way clothes fit me. They're the same clothes I've been wearing my whole life, but they just feel so much better, and I just love the way I feel in them. I love the way I look and how I feel, and that's awesome. It's, for the first time ever, it's just been this new stage in my life where I'm even more confident than the confidence I grew with how I used to be before with everything, and so that's been awesome. And just even my process for getting on T was pretty damn easy. I didn't need any kind of, I'm still on the wait list here at clinic in Winnipeg, Manitoba, but I managed to find a doctor who I've been seeing regularly who prescribes me tea, and luckily I'm blessed with benefits at work, so my tea is covered, so I don't pay that much at all for it. And I did find a doctor really quick that would prescribe me tea, so getting the prescription itself wasn't very hard. He did the shots for me. I'm eventually going to start doing them by myself, so that wasn't hard at all. I legally changed my name, and in Canada, or at least in Manitoba / Saskatchewan, it's really fairly straightforward. I just didn't realize that I would need my birth certificate to do everything, and I just forgot that that was the vital part of changing your name. So that's been really stressful, but that was just my bad. I didn't research it enough, but everything's falling into place really nicely. So I haven't really had much of any hardship really with people adjusting. but I think it's also because a friend of mine pointed out that I'm not overly pushy, and I don't try to shove my newfound gender down other people's throats. And if they slip up, and if I get called like miss or ma'am, or if I get misgendered, or if people use my birth name, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't, like, I know how I feel. I know how I'm most comfortable. The people close to me know how I feel comfortable being addressed, and it just doesn't bother me. And I'm letting people adjust accordingly. And I'm not gonna go out and be the gender police to this like newfound sense of confidence I have with how I am. So I'm letting people adjust, and I don't force it really. And I think that was a good point that she made, that I was wondering how everybody was adjusting so well, and she kind of pointed that out. So I thought that was a good, like, outsider feedback that I appreciated. God, this video is going to be kind of long. The last thing I just wanted to touch on was just my lack of desire to date. And I've had a few chances where it could have potentially been some kind of like interest or whatever, but I just have no desire to date. I've just gotten to a point where I'm just so comfortable with myself and being alone, and that was what I was scared of for so long, was being alone, because I just relied so much on other people, that now that I'm finally comfortable by myself, I don't really want to date. And this stereotypical, like, top questions for my transition is like love and how I'm gonna find it, and dating, and just how people are so interested in it, and I just, for the first time ever, don't really want to. And yeah, I'll probably have to talk about that in another video because this is getting really long. But that was just what I wanted to talk about, a few of the things anyway. I think I covered most of it. Yeah, probably dating and other stuff I could probably touch on later, but this is getting really long, so